So it is Sunday morning about it. The 7th day of December 2000. And I'm letting my little lady sleep a little bit longer, maybe till about 8:30. Then we'll wake her. I'm going to take her to Billy Ray's, I think, for breakfast. And then go to the swap meets. Because, let's face it, the swap meets are awesome. We kind of had a lazy day yesterday, but we've been, like, since she got here, we've been, like, up really, really, really late. And it's just really affected sleep schedules and such. And I want her to rest. I want her to be rested. I don't want her, going home exhausted. So we took yesterday and just kind of made it a lazy day, and it was nice. It was nice. So today I like to do a few little things and then come home and have dinner, and so I wanted to discuss something a little serious, and I started to make like an actual Facebook post about it. And but I decided for whatever reason that I would do it here. That I would do it here. Number one, I don't think as many people watch these as they do read the stuff that I post on my wall. And number two, sometimes I think you can do a better job expressing yourself when you speak rather than write. Sometimes it's different for me. Sometimes I do better if I write it down. But this is something where I get aggravated at myself because of I have always prided myself on and have always, preached to people that, you can't let your past dictate your future, and you can't let people who have hurt you in your past affect you in your present, and you can't allow them to have any kind of power over top of you, because if you allow them and things that people have done to you to continue to affect you, you're letting them win. You're giving them power, and you should never do that, and yada yada yada. But you know what? All of that stuff is so much easier. I've got to find my other glasses, which I do like these because I have an enormous head, and these don't poke my my side pieces as much. Um, hmm. But it's amazing how we can say that we can say that we're not going to let people affect us. And I've always prided myself on being one of those people that, stuff would happen in relationships, or somebody would do something hurtful or be hurtful, and I would just shrug it off and go on about my business, and I really wouldn't let it have any sort of staying presence in my life. And the one thing that I have noticed, the older I get, and I'm not really sure if it is, I'm not really sure the reason. I'm not really sure why. It aggravates me, but I do let stuff like that affect me. Not that the people, not that the people have any sort of effect on me, because I think that you know, people will come and go in our lives, and people, are in our past, and when we go into these relationships and we leave them, we leave that person behind. But I think sometimes um, the hurt kind of lingers a little bit, or the things, the scars that you have from the hurt is what lingers. That's actually probably a better way to say it. And so I find myself now at a point in my life. I'm 45. Yeah, I know. I don't look it. It's all that clean living. 45, and I truly do believe that I feel that I have found the person that I am meant to spend the rest of my life with. You know, and it's crazy when I really sit and think about that. This time a year ago, she was a lady that I knew of, You know, sweet. I thought she was very sweet. I thought she was very pretty. She's the one who sent me the funny Christmas package with all the stuff in it. Um, and the little post-it notes and the card that told what each thing was for, and that little act of that alone had brought so much joy and happiness to me because I was very sad. I was very very sad, in a very sad place this time last year, and so here I am a year later, and this lady, right, this sweet, funny, pretty lady, is now makes up so much of my world. And I can't sit here and say that it's been easy every single step. I can't sit here and say that it has been, a complete and total walk in the park. There's been times I've wanted to give up. There have. I felt like we started off like awesome, awesome, and the first couple of months were amazing and incredible, and then I felt I kind of feel like beyond that we had to struggle. We had to struggle and fight for this relationship and for one another. I think it's one of those deals where when you meet somebody and the earth kind of shatters a little bit because you meet somebody who you're like completely blown away by, you know, somebody who you completely feel. And I've told her this before. It's like I sat down and really truly said, okay, these are all the things that I want. These are all the things. If I could be honest about it, not give some sort of lofty ideal of, but really at the end of the day, who would be my ideal match? Who would be the person that I would spend the rest of my life with? And these are the qualities that I'm going to need for them to have. It would be her. It would be her. Um, but even as happy as I am now, I mean, yeah, we had to get to this point, and I think that's okay. I mean, I think sometimes, when you build a really, really strong foundation, your chances of making it, I think, go up. They increase because you started from something strong. Um, and again, like I said, it hasn't always been easy. And I think there's times that we both wanted to give up, you know. But I think what kept drawing us back together is the connection that we have and this connection that we share and how profound it is and crazy in a good way it is. But even with all that, even with this connection and this and that and the other and whatever, I still have moments. I guess this kind of ties back into where I started from, talking about how past things that have happened to us, we sort of allow them to permeate, and we can't help it. I can't help it. I don't know about the rest of y'all, and maybe that's one of the reasons that I'm telling this or saying it. Maybe the ones of you who watch these um, religiously, maybe you've had the same kind of experience, and maybe you can share. Maybe you can tell me why. Maybe you can give me some insight on it. Why? Um, how do you stop shitty things that have happened to you in your past from affecting your future or affecting your present? You know, I am very fortunate in the sense that my lady is patient, and because I can be a brat, and she puts up with me, and I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for that because there are moments I get fragile. There are moments that I feel um, broken. I know I'm broken. I think to a certain degree we all are. You know, it's just whether or not we realize that we are broken. But what I'm thankful for and what I feel really good about is that I have found someone who understands that I'm broken, but who is willing to help me pick the pieces up and put them back together. And I think that's what it has to come down to. I think if you're going to have a relationship that's going to be successful, you have to learn to be patient with one another. You have to learn to appreciate the differences in one another. And you have to be able to build the friendship and the foundation and the trust and all these things that are going to make your relationship a success. You know, there's still times I look at her and I can't believe, and she gets so mad at me when I do this, but there are times that I look at her and I just think, how did I get so lucky? You know, she's beautiful and she's funny and she's smart and she's so sarcastic sometimes. You know, and she's a little brat. She can be a little brat. She's stubborn, honey, stubborn as a mule. And I've said before that there is absolutely nobody in this world that pisses me off or has the ability to piss me off more than this woman does. But at the same time, there's nobody that puts a smile bigger on my face than she does. And that's special, you know. That's so special. And she's a good cook. Honey, I took me a nap last night and woke up, and if I could have had my camera to have taken a picture of her little face, because she just looked so innocent. One of the very few times the woman looks innocent, but she'll slap me for saying that. But she just looked so sweet and so innocent, and she was just standing there, and had fixed me breakfast in bed. And she even said, she said, I know that breakfast is your favorite thing, which it is. I could eat it like all day, every day. And she said, I know it's your favorite thing, so I wanted to make you breakfast in bed. And I mean, to me, that was just precious. That was the most precious thing. I would love to do that for her. I would absolutely love to make her breakfast in bed, but she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't like to eat. Number one, she's not a big morning person, and number two, like she doesn't want food or liquids when she first wakes up. She has to get up and sort of, you know, gain her bearings a little bit before she wants anything. So I could bring her a big plate of food. She would probably eat it 20 minutes later. So after it was cold. Maybe cereal. Maybe I should bring her cereal in bed. That would be good. But no, like I said, I get mad. I get mad at myself sometimes because you know I've had things happen, and we all have. I mean, I'm not sitting here acting like I'm the only person who's ever had anybody hurt them. We all have. I guess for me the question is how do other people deal with it? You know, because it's not something that I've ever had to deal with because I've never been the kind to let this kind of stuff affect me. It's like, yeah, whatever, and move on. But I have found specifically in the past couple of years, it's sort of like it's not so much that I harbor anything, I think. It's just that I have these scars from these really shitty experiences, and I find it difficult in certain ways to overcome it, you know, and I certainly don't want it to ruin or tarnish the relationship that I'm currently in. So it's something that I do have to be mindful of because even the most patient person in the world eventually will be like, oh, God, you're killing me. Uh, so yeah, but it does. It's just something I guess that we all have to face at some point or another, and I'm hoping that you know it's something that I can just completely at some point let go of and not feel so broken. You know. I feel better getting that off my chest. So I'm gonna finish my coffee, and then I'm thinking maybe of just running in there and doing like a swan dive on her. I wonder if she'd be okay with that. I don't know. I don't know that she would. But there's only one way to find out. So if I come back to make a video later and I've got a black eye, you'll know how it turned out.